Alright, I don't really know what to title this video, so I thought I'd just call it the banning of the penny. You see, in the United States, we recently just heard some news that Canada has decided to quit minting its penny, its 1 cent piece. And a lot of people in the United States, which has been a thing for some time now, people have been talking about, should we also stop making the penny for the United States? I think that's completely stupid. Alright, you see, the 1 cent piece is the basis of our whole financial system. It is the 1 cent piece. It is the actual unit which makes up the dollar and so on. If you cease production of the actual building block of your currency, it's going to have a lot of negligible effects. All right, one of which is that when you go to a store and you find something that's on sale for like $1.97 or whatever it is, all they're going to be forced to do now is raise up everything. I mean, they're going to be forced to raise everything, all right, to maybe values of 5. But even that doesn't make any sense, because here's the figures, people. The story is that 1 penny, all right, costs supposedly as much as 2.4 cents to create. A nickel, believe it or not, cost 11 cents to create. The only coin that actually seems to be, cost effective at this point might be the dime. That's a value of 10. All right, and don't forget, many states like Connecticut have a 6.35%, all right, sales tax, which, theoretically could make things even more complicated. All right, the whole aspect is that, if you have a coin that's worth more than its face value, it is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Many people collect coins, and they know that the face value of the coin may only be $1 or $20, but its value in its actual material it's made out of, like gold or silver, is worth more. You see, it's security for the currency, because even if the nation has a big economic collapse, a big issue that, causes its currency to look down upon, all right, you still have the actual value of the coin itself to back up the nation's currency. All right, so regardless of whatever economic, political silliness that occurs, the value of the coin itself remains. All right, pennies are made out of copper, or at least somewhat made out of copper nowadays, and that's probably one of the reasons why it's so expensive to produce. Another issue is the fact that a nickel at one point was named nickel due to the fact it had a high nickel content. It was a nickel-silver mix. All right, you see, these were coins that were made of different materials, which gave them different value. It wasn't just they were assigned, you shall be so much 5 cents, you shall be 10 cents. It was that they were generally accepted as that value. Now, getting a little more into it, one of the big issues for why our currency, is so weak and why it costs so much pennies to make a penny is due to the fact that we have a fiat dollar. Now, a lot of people out there may know, may not know what a fiat dollar is. It comes from the Latin term basically meaning let it be. What it means is that the value of the currency is relative completely on the nation's value. How much the nation could produce, how much the nation purchases. It's completely backed on the nation's consumption and production. If you're a nation that doesn't produce a lot and also can't back it up by consumption, all right, you are no longer a valuable nation, and therefore your currency has no value. Costs a lot more of a nation's dollar, therefore, to buy something, versus a nation that builds everything and just is very well respected. It's going to have a much more powerful dollar because it's a safer nation to invest in. All right, we have a fiat dollar. The Federal Reserve keeps on printing more money anytime it wishes. It just prints dollars. All right, prints these dollars, and the more there are of something in a world, tends to make them less valuable, like blades of grass. All right, so as the Federal Reserve keeps on printing more money and debasing our currency for various means, all right, we no longer have a value attributed to our currency to even create things like pennies and nickels anymore. All right, but in my opinion, I believe that it would be completely stupid to totally just get rid of the whole basis of a financial system, the penny, the 1 cent piece, and then try to hope that somehow relying on nickels for a temporary time period and eventually switching over to dimes is ever going to be a feasible solution to our problem. I mean, just compare the size of a dime to a penny. A dime is actually smaller than a penny if you actually hold one up to one another, and that might be the only reason why it's actually, something that's cost effective still. But anyway, that's my opinion on that. Take care.